Away from Liberia to Nigeria, now where it appears there is no end in sight to the acute fuel scarcity across the country. Fuel queues have resurfaced at fueling stations in many parts of the country. Organized labor have called on the federal government to find an immediate solution to the protracted shortage of premium motor spirit, PMS. Well, joining us now is Channels TV energy correspondent Olu Phillips. Olu Phillips, just when we thought that the queues have probably disappeared, they resurface again. What is it this time?
For every challenge in life, you'll be running a lot of riots or making a lot of mistake to believe that you can throw monies at problems. This problem has never really been addressed, and it goes back to the fundamentals. And the question I ask is, who is afraid to take the right decision once and for all? I liken it to quinine and malaria. You have malaria, you want it cured. Quinine is bitter, so you choose whether you want to chew that bitter pill and get cured of your malaria, or you keep both. You don't take the quinine, and you continue to suffer malaria. So when you move from a system where 10 people were involved, for instance, in the supply of water to a community, and they all had the capacity for 50 gallons each, for a congregation of like 500 people. And suddenly, only one person is now doing the job of 50. So it tells you that there will be a lot of shocks, there will be a lot of turnaround time. And mind you, the petroleum industry isn't turn off the switch and let the lights come on. Even if you're going to import, the vessels that bring in these petroleum products are ships. They don't run, you don't close your eyes and get them. So it takes a little time to come, sometimes 3-4 days, especially when they are within the waters, Nigerian waters, before they can come in. And how many vessels really can bet simultaneously at the same time to get you the enough fuel that you need? 18,000 metric tons, 20,000 metric tons is about 25-30 million liters. And that's enough for our daily consumption. Mind you, most of the petroleum products land here in Lagos. They need to be transported. From here to Ibadan is about 100 kilometers or 110. From here to Benin is about 400 kilometers. So even if you travel by pipelines, the integrity of the pipelines are challenged. So all of those timings have contributed to this slow start. Then you ask me what really could be the lasting solution to all of this. 3 things come to my mind, and you have to have the political will to take any of these decisions. 1, I do not think, from what we see, that this government is ready to deregulate the sector, because it has been seen to be counter-economic productive in their thinking. That's 1. Secondly, this is an international trade business that involves USD, dollars. The crude business is traded in dollars. And it doesn't matter how much dollar is exchanging in your country. Nobody cares. It's only the universal language people understand. So that if you have disparity in your dollar rates of like 5 different dollar rates, nobody would do business like that. So it's either you find a dollar that is convenient for marketers to come in, or you deregulate the sector and let for once liberalize the market to the point where the pricing becomes right. Or you continue like this and government may have to appropriate for subsidy. They have to take one of these routes. One of them has to be taken if this situation has to come to a stop and to a complete halt.
Well, some of these marketers have complained about the landing cost of this product at 161 naira per litre.
Yes.
What would you say to that?
Yes, so because it is an international business, you have crude. You sell crude, not at the price you want to sell, but an internationally approved price. For instance, it's selling at 70 or 60-something dollars per barrel. So you don't refine. You will sell it to refineries abroad who will buy it in the amount agreed on or internationally agreed on. So when you buy at 70, it will cost you more than when you buy at 40. When you buy at 40, you sell less. When you buy higher, you sell higher. So when you sell this crude abroad and you sell it to refineries abroad, They buy it at $70 or $68 per barrel. When they finish the refined product, they won't look at you being the biggest country in Africa or the most populous black nation in the world to say, oh, let's pity them and sell it cheap. So what they buy is what they will sell. Two things. Either you begin to refine, put your refineries in place so that you can at least take care of your local needs and all of that, or free the markets. Free the markets. Or you look for some money and augment that differential by way of what you call subsidy. Subsidy is augmentation of the difference, which is about 26 naira. Or you find a way that allows marketers to come in. They control about 70% of the fuel stations across this country. If you don't do this, we will be moving around in circles, and it will not stop.
Well, Olu, are we likely to see an increase in the pump price of petrol in the coming days?
Nobody will unilaterally stand up and increase the pump price of petroleum products. But if you come up tomorrow and say you have deregulated the sector, what will happen is that the prices will go up first, saturate, hit a climax, and begin to come down, then take an average. But nobody, no government will wake up and say fuel has moved to this price. No, nobody can do that except to deregulate, meaning that you free up the system. Anybody can be an importer of petroleum products. Like that, the prices will go up. But no government will just wake up and announce that it has moved from 145 to any amount or to X amount.
So how long are we going to see these queues keep disappearing and reappearing?
NNPC, the sole importer of petroleum products, especially petrol right now, we do not have the same story with kerosene and with diesel, which was deregulated in 2009. We don't have shortages of diesel because everybody and anybody who can is involved in the business of importing diesel. Now, so NNPC is doing close to 99% of the importation. Until they bring in this product and give to you to sell, you do not have to sell. So you just sit back with your tanks, sit down at the depots and wait for this petroleum product to land by the shores of Nigeria before you can receive this product. The timeline is what I can't explain. NNPC should explain how long it takes for these vessels to come and in what rapidity are these vessels arriving. And if possible, can you give, we live in an international community, can you give us the name of these vessels so that you, anybody out there, can track them on the internet and know truly that these vessels are coming or that these vessels are halfway done?
Channels TV energy correspondent Olu Phillips, we do hope that things get better in the coming days.
I hope so.
Well, still to come on Network Africa, thousands of refugees seek refuge in Nigeria after violence breaks out in the English-speaking areas of the country last year. Do stay with us.